Look at page 310. Page 310, question 2. You already have the answer, so just be attentive. The purpose is that if you are attentive, you'll remember the things here itself and you can express in your own words. Okay, because this is nothing to be learned by heart, it is all conceptual. You can very easily describe in your own words. So just be attentive. First, page 310, question 2, sub question 1. Explain the meaning of dissolution of partnership. And see question 2. What is dissolution of partnership firm? Very first lecture we discussed. Dissolution of partnership means all partners get separated except at least one partner. Means at least it will become proprietorship firm, but the business will not discontinue, it will continue. An example is retirement or death of a partner. And second one, what is dissolution of partnership firm? All partners get separated. Business comes to an end. Did you understand this? Third, what is voluntary dissolution? Voluntary dissolution means by agreement. Remember these words, by agreement. So partners have made an agreement that will continue the business for 5 years. So after 5 years it will get dissolved. It's a voluntary dissolution. They may continue if they wish. But the term is over. Did you understand this? See page 277. At the top. Page 277 at the top. Do you find by agreement?
Yes.
And read that. When all partners agree to dissolve the firm, the partnership firm can be dissolved at any point of time. It is voluntary dissolution. Did you understand this? Now further. Very beautiful watch. Fantastic. So unique watch you have purchased. Sure. Everyone see this watch. So beautiful. See? What are you discussing this? Looking at the watch. Come on a second, man. Ears है ना? Just be attentive now. Who has to bear the dissolution expense at the time of dissolution of a firm? Firm has to bear. Okay. Firm has to bear the expenses of dissolution. Next. How would you deal with the provident fund balance shown in the balance sheet at the time of dissolution? Now listen carefully. How will you deal with provident fund balance? 2 sentences you do explain. First, provident fund will be closed and transferred to realization on credit side. It's a liability. What is its closing entry? It's a liability, so liability to realization. Provident fund account debit to realization. To realization means you write on credit side. You don't have to pass journal entry, you have to describe it as a theory answer. So you'll say provident fund account will be closed and transferred to realization account on credit side. Then 10th entry. What is the entry for payment of liability? Realization to cash. So one more sentence you'll add. Its payment will be debited to realization account and credited to cash account. Okay, so 2 things you will write. Be attentive. Dhyani explain it again. What 2 things you will write? So you will take the money from employees. Throughout the life you have taken the money for provident fund. Now again it is all. But be attentive. Sit down. What will you explain first? Provident fund will be closed and transferred to realization account on credit side, and its payment will be debited to realization account and credited to cash. And they can ask you anything. Not provident fund. They can ask you, how will you deal with building at the time of realization? Then you will say building will be closed and transferred to realization account on debit side, and its realization will be credited to realization account and debited to cash account. They can ask you, how will you deal with general reserve at the time of dissolution? It will be closed and credited to partners capital account and distributed in profit sharing ratio. So whatever we have done in the journal, you have to describe that. Did you understand it? They can ask you, how will you deal with bad debt reserve at the time of realization, dissolution? Then you will say it will be closed and transferred to realization on credit side. That's it. No payment is written. It's a reserve against asset. Is everyone clear with this? See, how would you deal with bad debts written, which is written off earlier? Just now we did. This third entry, bad debts written off, cash to. So how will you deal? You simply have to write. It will be credited to and debited to cash. Did you understand this? Next. Explain the meaning of realization. Nothing mentioned means first method. So you'll explain all that what I discussed. Or you, in one mark, if it is as you can simply say, the account which is opened at the time of dissolution for recording sale of assets and payment of liabilities. The account which is opened at the time of dissolution for recording sale of assets and payment of liabilities. Describe the methods of dissolution. So, without the court order, dissolution by the court order. Okay, without the court intervention and by the court order. How will you record the payment of bills payable? Switch it off, no problem. How will you record the payment of bills payable under the underlying second method of realization account? What did I tell you? Under the second method, you have to describe it. You say normal entry of payment of bills payable will be passed. Means payment of bills payable will be debited to bills payable account and credited to cash account. Any difference amount will be transferred to realization account, which may be a loss or profit. It will be profit only. In liabilities, you never pay more, you will be paying less. So, what will you describe for this? Payment of bills payable will be debited to bills payable account, credited to cash account. Any difference amount will be transferred to realization account. Did you understand this? Ayushi, explain it again. How will you describe? The purpose of discussing this here, otherwise I wind up. You all can study on your own at home. Answers are already there with you. What did I tell in the beginning itself? The purpose is that you remember the things here itself. And you can describe in your own words. You're not a dental. 3-4 people have already asked. Now next time I find anyone is not dental, you'll be out of the class. Prepare on your own. Sit down. How will you describe this bills payable payment in the second method? Payment of bills payable will be debited to bills payable account and credited to cash. Like this cash to billing, same with bills payable to cash. And any difference amount will be transferred to realization. Next. Answer the following questions in brief. Which accounts are prepared to close the books at the time of dissolution of partnership firm? Describe it. We discussed in the notebook. At the time of dissolution, we make realization account, partners capital or current account, partners loan account, cash and bank account. Did you understand this? In which circumstances court can pass the order for dissolution of firm? I discussed few cases with you. That the firm becomes insolvent, partner becomes insane, okay, illegal business. So all these are discussed on page number 277. You take it out? You'll see that dissolution by court, second point. So underline unsound mind. Then partner becomes permanently incapable, means fracture, handicap, permanently incapable of performing the duties. Third, partner breaches the agreement. Any one partner breaks the rule of the partnership deed again and again, willfully that too, purposely. Fifth, underline partner transfers his whole interest without the consent of other. Third, okay, partner undertakes misconduct. Misconduct means something against the interest of the firm. Okay, one partner is doing any activity against the interest of the firm. Then, fifth one, partner transfers his whole interest, means ownership. Suppose in our firm, my ownership is, let us say, 40%. Now without the knowledge of Abhishek sir and other partners, I transfer my 40% to XYZ person. Without their knowledge, and they don't want him to be a partner. So the firm will get dissolved. Did you understand it? So whole interest means ownership. Sixth, firm continuously incurs loss. And seventh, court finds any other ground to be just. So court gives order means over. Order, over. So there no, we cannot ask any explanation to the court. Court has given the order means you have to dissolve. Next. Write short note on realization account. What we discussed the first method, that is a short note. Assets closed and transferred to? Liabilities closed and transferred to? Sale of assets recorded in realization, payment of liabilities recorded in realization. See, question 4 is similar to the provident fund. How would you deal with the following balances disclosed in the balance sheet at the time of dissolution of partnership? Firm explain. So how will you explain for general reserve? Raise your hand. Vrishti.
General reserve will be closed and transferred to partners' capital account on credit side and distributed among the partners in profit and loss.
Perfect. General reserve will be closed and transferred to partners' capital account on credit side and distributed between the partners in profit sharing ratio with the investment fluctuation fund. Exactly same. Even workman accident compensation fund, exactly same. Provident fund we already discussed. Raise your hand. Provident fund, what will you answer? Credit side. First of all, provident fund will be closed and transferred to realization account on credit side. It's a liability to realization. Then further, what will you explain? Its payment will be debited to realization account and credited to cash account. So now, Atif, a debit balance of profit and loss account. Debit balance of profit and loss account. It will be debited to partners capital account and distributed in profit sharing ratio. It is a fictitious asset. So now, praise your and depreciation fund. For depreciation, what payment you will make? Only one sentence will come and you will mention no entry will be passed for payment. It is a reserve against asset, like bad debt reserve. So only one information will be written. So now, depreciation fund will be closed and transferred to realization account on credit side. No entry will be passed for its payment. It is not to be paid. It is a provision against asset. It is a reserve against asset. Did you understand this, everyone? Next. Describe the legal provisions pertaining to loss of partnership. Now understand this. Understand it with an example how the loss is to be borne. Let us say, suppose the partnership firm of Arushi, Divya and Namrata undertakes a loss. First, the loss of the firm will be borne by the firm, means by all the three partners. But if firm's assets are not sufficient to pay that loss, liabilities, then partners' liabilities are unlimited. So if firm's assets are not sufficient to pay for that liability and loss, then it will be borne by partners in their profit sharing ratio. Now suppose out of Arushi, Divya and Namrata, Arushi becomes insolvent, bankrupt. Then even that loss will be borne by Divya and Namrata in their profit sharing ratio. And if suppose Divya also becomes insolvent, then entire loss will be borne by, because each and every partner's liability is joint as well as individual. Initially it is joint. If all are solvent, then all will bear the loss. But if only one partner is insolvent, the other two have to bear the loss. If two are insolvent, then only that single partner has to bear the loss. If all the three are insolvent, public will bear the loss. Then creditors have to bear the loss. They will not get the money. There is no source now. Did you understand this portion, everyone? Any doubt with it? This is how you have to explain. And where did this rule come from? Just outside your books I am discussing, don't write in exams. This rule that one partner's loss will be borne by the and two partners by the third one has arisen from a London's case of Garner versus Murray rule. Garner versus Murray, Murray rule. Garner and Murray were the partners of a partnership firm. It dissolved and Court of London gave the order how the distribution should be done. And since then, we are following that rule. Means everyone is following that. So as per that rule, if one partner becomes insolvent, the other two have to bear the loss. If two become insolvent, then the third has to bear the entire loss. Did everyone understand this? But don't attend the exams. Next, explain the normal procedure of partnership firm's dissolution. We discussed in the notebooks. Step 1, sale of assets. Step 2, payment of liabilities in a particular order. First pay for dissolution expense, then third party liability, then partner's loan, or you can say first partner's wife's loan. Okay, then partner's loan, and then partner's liability. So that is the normal procedure of dissolution of firm. Now question 4, sub question 1. In how many books we have the first question, differentiate between first method and second method of realization account? In the new books it's not there, but I discussed with you. Okay, first method of realization, second method of realization account. And one difference I discussed with you, this we follow when assets are sold and liabilities are paid immediately after dissolution, and this when they take place in installments. Okay. Yes, be attentive next. How would you undertake accounting? Teacher perfectly, huh? She should pass in exams. It's your responsibility now. How would you undertake accounting for disposal of realization of assets and payment of liability which are not recorded in the balance sheet at the time of dissolution of firm explained? We discussed it already. Payment of unrecorded tax, bad debts recovered. No, you have to pass. You'll say that if unrecorded asset is realized, it will be debited to cash account and credited to realization. If unrecorded liability is paid, it will be debited to realization and credited to cash. Okay, you don't have to pass closing entry, but for selling it, you are recovering the money, so you have to pass the entry. For payment, you are paying the money, so you have to pass the entry. Did you understand this? Question 2. Question 2 is the most important. I come later on. Look at question 3. Explain in brief legal provisions for accounting settlement of partnership firms dissolution. Same what I discussed. Legal provisions for accounting settlement. So first you'll pay for the expense, then third party liability, then partner's wife's loan, then partner's loan, then partner's capital. And explain the methods of dissolution without the interference of code. You'll find it on page number 277. Now look at question 2. Give the accounting treatments of goodwill of different circumstances when firm goes into dissolution. It is very easy to explain. Which are the different situations of goodwill? You remember there are 3 situations mainly. 1. In the books, the goodwill appears or not, and its realized value is given or not. So first situation is the one where book also it appears and realized value is also given. Goodwill is there in the balance sheet on asset side and its realized value is also given. Goodwill is there in balance sheet but its realized value is not given. Goodwill is not there in balance sheet but its realized value is given. So you have to describe these 3 for 3 marks. You'll say if goodwill appears in the books and its realized value is also given, then what will be the closing entry? Realization to goodwill. So you'll say it will be debited to realization account and credited to goodwill account. And what will be the entry for selling it? Cash. So realized value will be debited to cash account and credited to realization account. Second, If goodwill appears in the books but its realized value is not given, then I made you write the note. For intangible assets, if nothing is given, assume nothing is realized. So only one entry will come, realization to goodwill. So I'll explain that. If it appears in the books but realized value is not given, then it will be debited to realization account and credited to goodwill account. And third, it does not appear in the books, so no closing entry. But its realized value is given, then this last equation, cash and bank to realization. So it will be debited to cash and bank account and credited to realization account. Did you understand it? So we'll explain these three situations. Any confusions? So any one subjective theory will definitely come in exam. See that you